How I doubled my income in 1 year, no luck needed. Doubling your income in 1 year sounds like one of those flashy promises you hear on late-night infomercials. But here's the thing, it can happen, and it doesn't require a lucky break, a winning lottery ticket, or selling your soul to some internet scheme. It takes clarity, strategy, grit, and most of all, a decision to stop waiting and start building. I know because I did it, and no, I wasn't handed a massive raise or born into wealth or suddenly went viral. I made a few calculated moves, shifted my mindset, and learned how to stop trading time for money. Today, I'm breaking it all down step by step, because if I could double my income, you can too, and I'm going to show you how, without the fluff. Let's start with the biggest myth, that more income only comes from working more hours. That's the lie most of us were taught. Work hard, get paid hourly, maybe hope for a small raise once a year. But time is limited, and so is the income that comes with it. And the first thing I had to do was stop thinking like an employee and start thinking like a problem solver. Employers don't pay for time, they pay for value. So I asked myself, how can I increase the value I bring to the table? That's when everything changed. The first move I made was identifying and monetizing a skill I already had. Notice I didn't say learn a brand new skill. I looked at what I already knew. I was decent at writing and communicating, not an expert, not famous, just decent. And I realized businesses, brands, and entrepreneurs always need content, social posts, emails, websites, and they'll pay for it. I started freelancing on the side. My first client paid me $100 to write a blog post. It wasn't life-changing money, but it showed me one thing: I earn outside of my 9 to 5, and that belief alone unlocked everything else. Next, I focused on building leverage, not just income. Here's the difference. Income is what you get paid once. Leverage is what allows you to earn repeatedly from the same effort. So I stopped doing only one-on-one work and started creating products, digital downloads, templates, and eventually a small course. While freelancing gave me income, products gave me leverage. I woke up one morning and saw 3 sales from something I made a month ago. That's when I knew I was onto something scalable. But let's not skip over a crucial step here. I raised my prices and stopped apologizing for it. When I first started freelancing, I was charging bargain rates. I was afraid people would say no, but eventually I realized that the right clients pay for results, not discounts. So I positioned myself better, learned how to communicate my value, and slowly doubled, then tripled my rates. Most people stay broke, not because they aren't skilled, but because they undercharge and over-deliver for the wrong audience. Don't be that person. Value yourself appropriately. Alongside freelancing and product building, I also optimized my 9 to 5 income. Yep, I didn't just jump ship from my day job. I negotiated a raise using real data. I tracked my performance, highlighted wins, brought evidence to the table, and asked, respectfully but confidently, for compensation that reflected my value. Most people never ask. They wait and hope, but money rarely shows up uninvited. Within 4 months, I had increased my salary by 15% without switching jobs. If you haven't tried negotiating, or at least tracking your wins to build leverage, start now. At this point, I had 3 income sources: a full-time job, freelance work, and digital products. But the next leap came from content creation. I started sharing what I was learning on social media, not as a guru, but as someone documenting the journey. I posted tips behind the scenes, lessons from failure. Now let's pause here and talk about something critical: mindset. Doubling your income isn't just about strategy, it's about belief. I had to rewire how I thought about money. I stopped seeing wealth as something other people had. I started seeing it as a skill, like cooking or driving, that could be learned. I read books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, The Millionaire Fast Lane, and The Psychology of Money. I listened to podcasts daily, not because I needed motivation, but because I needed to reprogram the mental blocks that were keeping me small. One of the most freeing mindset shifts I made was this: money is a tool, not an identity. It doesn't make you good or bad, smart or stupid. It's simply a tool to create options. Once I separated money from emotion, I made better decisions. I invested more into tools, learning, and growth. I hired help to save time. I bought software that helped me scale. And most importantly, I stopped feeling guilty about charging what I was worth. That shift alone made a huge difference. Let's get tactical again. Another big step I took was automating my finances as my income grew. I didn't want to fall into lifestyle inflation. So I set up auto transfers, some to savings, some to investments, some to a business account. That way, I didn't have to rely on discipline. It just happened. There's no point doubling your income if you're still wasting half of it. One more major thing I did. I said no, a lot. As income grows, so do distractions. Everyone has an opportunity, everyone has advice, but I stayed focused. I didn't jump on every trend. I didn't try to do 10 things at once. I picked 2, freelancing and digital products. That's it, I got really good at those before expanding. Focus isn't just about what you do, it's about what you don't do. Every no protected my time and energy, and that allowed me to scale faster. By the end of the year, here's what it looked like. My salary had gone up, my freelance income had doubled. My digital products were making money in my sleep, and my audience was growing, opening doors I couldn't have imagined 12 months prior. No single stream made me rich, but together they changed my entire financial picture. And the best part, it wasn't luck, it was structure, it was intention, it was repeatable. So here's the takeaway: you don't need a genius IQ, a rich family, or a viral moment to double your income. You need 3 things: 1 monetizable skill, 2 a scalable system, and 3 a mindset that refuses to stay stuck. Focus on those, and the money will follow. Maybe not overnight, but faster than you think. Now let's talk to you. Where can you start? What skill do you already have that others might pay for? What content could you create that builds trust and connection? What low-cost product could you launch to test the waters? You don't need a 5-year plan. You need one move, then another, then another. That's how you build momentum. If you're serious about doubling your income, start small, but start today. Maybe that means sending your first cold email. Maybe it means raising your rates. Maybe it's just setting up a profile on Fiverr or Upwork. Don't wait until it's perfect. Action builds clarity. Clarity builds confidence. Confidence builds income. Let's wrap with this: the world doesn't need more people playing small. It needs more people stepping into their full financial potential, not just to buy stuff, but to create impact, freedom, and legacy. You're capable of more. Your story isn't over. And yes, you can double your income. No luck needed, just the decision to start. If this video lit a fire in you, do me a favor, hit that like button so it reaches more people who need this message. Drop a comment and tell me what's one income stream you want to build this year. Let's encourage each other. And if you're ready for deeper money strategies, hit subscribe. I've got more tactical breakdowns, step-by-step plans, and mindset shifts coming your way. Your income can grow, and so can you. Let's build this together.